All right, welcome to the NWGYFL football game of the week. Today we have the D2 Acworth Warriors and the D2 Hiram Hornets. I'm Randy K. Riggs along with my man Danny. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I'm excited to do the webcast today.
Excellent. You do a good job. I'm glad you're here. Looks like for the Acworth Warriors, we have as the captains number 1, Julia Strayhorn. Also number 20 is out there as the captain, Cole Jordan. Number 11 is going to be Kiri Brown. And we got one other guy. I can't really see his number from here. So what's up with this team? Are they pretty good?
I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of them.
You haven't got to see them too much?
No, I was actually really excited to announce this game, but
Yeah, we'll have a good time. That's Brady Madden, number 14, the other Acworth captain. We don't have a Hiram Hornet roster, but we'll bring you their names as we can see them on back of their jerseys. And hopefully we'll be able to take care of that for you guys. So here we go with the Acworth Warriors and the Hiram Hornet D2 game of the week, NWGYFL Youth Football.
yeah. But I do know that this Hiram Hornet team is a very good team because we've got people from the Acworth Warriors D2B team who are up here scouting this game today.
Oh,
So you know at least one of these two teams is got to watch out for.
well, I guess the Acworth D2B team is already seen this team play a pretty good few games, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Danny Fisher, my little man here helping me out. I'm Randy K. Riggs, the Acworth Warriors Hiram Hornet D2 game of the week as the Hiram Hornets are getting set to kick off to the Acworth Warriors. Acworth will be running from left to right on the game today. We're live, 278themix.com. As we are set. Wind's blowing. Feels good in the press box. We got spider webs everywhere, looking good. It's fall in Georgia.
Do we have someone to film, or is it just that thing just watches the whole field?
Yeah, we're doing filming. We're doing audio filming. We're doing it all.
I don't know if you're okay with getting yelled at by the league president. That's fine with me.
All right, here we go. Kickoff goes to number 2 for Acworth. That's Lucas Wynn. He goes around the far side where he is hit by a couple of Hornets. Number 49 in on the stop. Also number 8 for the Hiram Hornets. And it's going to be Acworth ball, Danny, and it's going to be on the 45-yard line. So it's first and 10, Acworth on the 45. He didn't get too far on that, did he?
No, the Hiram Hornets, they did a good job of really sort of converging in on him, bringing him down.
So we are set from Hal Brooks Field on the Horrigan home side press box. Under center, Acworth goes. They have the traditional 2 tailbacks and a fullback. Hadn't seen that run in a while. Your quarterback is Julius Strayhorn. He kind of takes a step back and gets about 3 yards, right, Danny?
Yeah, quarterback sneak right up the middle.
And he picked up about 3 yards, maybe 4. It's going to be second down and 6 for the Warriors. Acworth Warriors, Hiram Hornet, D2 game of the week.
And that's a flag.
We already have an unsportsmanlike. That may be a warning. Talking after the huddle breaks, I would assume, is that call. Under center, second down and 6 for the Warriors.
It's a handoff. And he's just stuffed behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he gets hit behind the line. It was number 30, right? Or 20?
Yeah, number 30 is not on here. Number 20 is Cole Jordan.
All right, Cole lost about 3 yards. It's going to be third down now and 9 for the Acworth Warriors. Number 3 around the far side, Raymond Priester, the third, and he's going to be hit for a loss by the Hornets. It's going to make it fourth down for the Warriors. Apologize for not having the Hiram Hornet roster, but we'll try to get you these names as quick as we can. Danny Fisher and Randy K. Riggs here for the game of the week in WGYFL. We have no score. 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first quarter as the parents are chanting, "Let's go Warriors." You know that cheer, Danny?
Yeah, I've heard it a good few times. And they've got a new formation, 2 wide receivers out there. And the quarterback's going to take it out wide on a sweep. And he's brought down at about the line of scrimmage. That's a turnover. Number 55 in on the tackle.
Yeah, that is number 30. We don't have him on our roster, but he is the one that ran the ball that time. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Hiram Hornets on the Acworth Warrior 45-yard line. So now we'll get a look at Hiram Hornets offense for the first time today, Danny, as Acworth came out promising and then kind of got stuck twice. Ended up turning the ball over on the 4th, so they went 4 and out.
Yeah, the Hiram defense looked pretty good on that drive. And Acworth are running a 4 linebacker defense, no safeties.
And the handoff's going to go to number 45. He's hit head on right at the line of scrimmage.
And we can't see all the Acworth Warriors, but to give you a few, number 99, Sean Murphy, and number 1, Julius Strayhorn. I definitely saw those.
Yeah, it's like Hiram's going to run a no-huddle offense, try to get Acworth back on their heels. 2nd down and 9. Handoff and a fumble.
It's a fumble.
Looks like a fumble there.
And the ball's going over to Acworth on the fumble recovery. I couldn't see who got it. Did you see who got it?
No.
Looks like the closest one to it was number 6 for the Warriors, Benjamin Trellis. I'm not sure he got the fumble, but he was pretty close to it. So now, Danny, it's going to be 1st and 10. And out of all those 2 possessions, we have a net gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 now. Actually, Acworth didn't get it. It's still Hiram Hornet ball. So it did not go over.
No, Acworth did. See, they're about to snap it to him.
Well, yeah, they did. I'm so confused.
And he's pulled down in the backfield. He's barely getting off. These Hiram defenders are in the backfield really fast.
That was number 10, Connor Brasfield, with the carry. It's like Hiram had that 10-yard huddle going on, and Acworth was already at the ball on the last play ready to snap it, and there was no defense there. I would have snapped it and took off, but that's why I'm not out there. Handoff off the right tackle goes to number 10 again.
Handoff to 10.
And that's going to be Brasfield. Denny, it's already 3rd down again for the Warriors, 3rd and 7. Parents are hollering for the Warriors to get things going here. We have no score, Danny, in the first quarter. We got 6 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first period.
And if you notice looking out there, it is very obvious. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You got the entire Hiram defense and the Acworth offense wearing pink socks.
Yeah, that's nice to know. I'm the co-chair to the Paulding County Relay for Life, so we appreciate all that support. Fumble in the backfield, and it's going to be...
It looked like it was picked up by number 30, but he was hit hard, and it looked like he dropped it again.
Yeah, he had it picked up, and he was hit from behind and dropped it all over again, but then he got back on the ball, so now it's going to be Acworth Warrior ball.
Flag on the field, holding.
We do have a flag. It's going to be holding on Acworth. The NWGYFL Hiram Acworth D2 game of the week.
And it looks like, even though it is not Hiram's football right now, it will be by the next play, just based on how good their defense has been so far right now on 3rd and long.
Yeah, it is 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 8 for the Acworth Warriors. We have 2 fouls, it looks like. Holding on Acworth, false start on Acworth.
4th down.
And both of those penalties are declined, so that's going to make it 4th down.
Yeah.
4th down and from here to Kennesaw Mountain. So it's going to be 4th down and about 15, maybe 16 for the Acworth Warriors. The new helmets look good this year. You like those helmets, Danny?
Yeah, I am. And for me, I think both of these teams have switched uniforms. It's not the most exciting topic, but I really love the way Hiram's uniform sort of switched from a black to a purple halfway down.
Yeah.
Really has an interesting look.
And number 3 on the keeper around the far side, Raymond Priester, and he's going around the end, and he's going to be hit for a small gain, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds by the Hiram Hornets.
Yeah, the problem is I don't really think any of these teams, so far, from what I know, none of them seem to be very good at passing. They haven't attempted a pass yet.
That they have not. You know, the ball started on the Acworth Warrior 45-yard line, and now it's the Hiram Hornets ball on the 44-yard line. So we've got a net gain now of 1 yard in this ball game so far.
They said I could say whatever I wanted.
And you can't assume anything right now, but usually when a team is good at passing, 4th and 13 is when you would do it.
Especially if you're not going to punt.
And you know it's going to be hard for Hiram to run the ball with that 4 linebacker defense Acworth is putting out there.
Handoff to number 55 off tackle, and he's going to be hit by the Warriors after about a 1 yard gain. Number 78 in on the stop.
Eason Mahone.
Mahon. Eason Mahon.
That brings up 2nd down and about 9 yards to go.
So we got 2nd down and 9 for the Hiram Hornets. Number 48, your quarterback. He heads off up the middle, and he's going to get another yard. So we're going to have another yard positive for the Hiram Hornets. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
And it looked like number 10, Connor Brassfield, leading that tackle.
I believe you're right. So this ball stayed right there so far during this first quarter in that area of the park.
Yeah. And if you look, Hiram is running the same sort of offense that Acworth is running with the fullback and running backs.
It's a reverse play that's going to be coming around the near side here. And it looks like Jenkins, number 8, had the ball brought down by number 30, which we don't know who that is. But he saved that touchdown. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah. And I think Acworth has a strong defense. I'm not sure he would have scored, but that was definitely a 1st down.
That was a nice touchdown-saving tackle by number 30. And here come the Hiram Hornets, dressed in black, trimmed in purple, and a little bit of outline in white with the pink socks. Your quarterback is number 48, Cook, I believe is the quarterback for the Hornets. Little fumble on the play, recovered, and dropped again. It was recovered by number 50, then he lost it, and it's going over.
Looks like a turnover on downs.
That's going to be Acworth ball.
Yes, it is. Acworth ball. 1st and 10 Warriors, and they are back at the 40-yard line where they seem to have started this game.
Yeah, and I believe the name for the offense these two teams are running is a wishbone offense.
I believe you're right. As we are getting set now for Acworth's 3rd possession. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter, no score. The ball's been about that same spot on the field, give or take 4 or 5 yards, the whole first quarter, as the Hiram Hornets are broken the defensive huddle.
And one thing that I see the Acworth offense a little bit different than the Hiram offense, the Acworth, they've switched formations a little bit, whereas Hiram is stuck with the wishbone. And that's number 2, Lucas Wynn on the carry.
Yeah, Lucas got about 3 yards on that, Danny. That's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Acworth Warriors.
Number 2. Excuse me.
And the Warriors look to be running a no huddle as well.
Yeah, like both teams now are trying to back the other one up on their heels. The handoff again goes to number 2. He's going to gain about 3 more yards.
And it looked like number 9 on the tackle. I can't see the back of his jersey right now.
It looks like number 9 might be Daniel for the Hornets. He's definitely one of the smaller guys out there, so he definitely gets lost in the crowd.
Yeah. One thing you notice about Hiram, you don't see a lot of youth teams doing it, but they do have, officially they have 5 or 6 guys who are on the line blitzing, but they've got only 3 of them who are actually in the 3-point stance. The rest are actually just rushing from their 2 feet. So
Yeah, that's a pretty aggressive offense from the Hiram Hornets. 3rd down and 5, maybe 4 for the Hornets. 6 handoff off tackle is number 10 for the Acworth Warriors, Connor Brassfield.
Yeah, that's one of the better runs we've seen today from the Warriors. Connor sort of just found a hole and took it, gains about 5 yards, and that brings up 4th down and short for the Warriors.
Is this going to be a measurement, Danny? I think they might call it in for a measurement.
I
Fourth
actually
down.
think it may be a first down, but
Well, they went ahead and
Here.
called it 4th down, so no measurement unless somebody wants one. But they are actually they're going to call it 3rd down now. So I think his box was wrong. Well, now they're saying 4th down, so a little confusion here in the game today. Acworth wants a measurement. So we are going to get a measurement from the Acworth Warriors.
yeah, that's something that a lot of teams don't know. You can actually call for a measurement if you don't think that if you think that you got a first down.
Looks like we got a measurement.
Let's see what we can get here. And it is
That looks like a first down.
a first down by the nose of the football, Danny. Nice challenge by the coach. And it is now the first down of the ball game, I believe, goes to the Acworth Warriors, and it comes with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter. That was a nice challenge from the Warriors. Good job, well done. As you can see on the when they placed the markers down, that it was the nose length of a football. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Acworth, and the ball's just short of the 49-yard line of the Hiram Hornets. And we already got the NWGYFL Game of the Week. D2 football handoff goes to number 3 right around the far side, Priester.
And he's brought down in the backfield by, I think, number 42. Yeah, that looks like number 42 of the Hornets.
Maybe that's 62. It's hard to tell sometimes with their jerseys.
Yeah.
They have the black and the purple jerseys with the red, white outline numbers.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is 62. He's playing defensive end.
Yeah, he's done a good job over there so far today. We got a flag coming in.
And he jumped on the offensive side. It looked like the tackle there.
So they're going to back it up 5 yards. So they lost 1 yard on the first down of the game. On the next play, they lost 1 yard, and now they've lost 5 more yards. So it will be 2nd down and 16.
And you know, with penalties like that and the defenses we have, that's a drive killer right there.
Absolutely. Some of those penalties are penalties that you don't want to take ownership of because come Monday you'll be running laps. We have bags flying around the field now. It's nice to see, like a little kite with no string.
And they're bringing number 2, Lucas Wynn, out. He's in the slot at receiver right now. And they're going to hand it off. And number 30 again, kid who's not on the roster, he'll be brought down the backfield.
55 for Hiram.
Looks like Mallory in on the stop for the Hiram Hornets.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
So we do have 3rd down and real long for the Acworth Warriors. They do have the first down of the ball game.
And it looks like that's the end of the first quarter. And still no score. The ball hasn't strayed a whole lot from the 40, 45-yard line.
So we got the water boys out there doing their thing. Everybody's doing their thing. We have a great officiating crew, Milo and his crew out here today, taking care of business for the Acworth Warriors and the Hiram Hornet D2 NWGFL football game of the week. No score. We're at the beginning of the second quarter. Parents getting fired up, trying to get these kids going. A little long break here between the quarters. no score. Hiram Hornets and the Acworth Warriors D2 game of the week. Under center, we got 4 wideouts to the right. And there's our first pass of the game, and it's complete to number 2 behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be hit hard. It's Lucas Wynn. Hit by number 90, I believe, for the Hiram Hornets. Also over there was Mallory, 25. And I think 48, Cook, was over there as well.
Yeah, that's a showing of how good the Hiram defense is. Even when these guys are completing the pass, they're swarming to that receiver so fast, he doesn't have time to do anything.
Yeah, those Hornets will swarm. So we are early in the second quarter with no score. We got a good game going on behind us. Acworth Warriors 20 and the Hiram Hornets 0 on the second field here at Hal Brooks Stadium. The Acworth Sports Complex. Beautiful facilities we have here for the league. We got a timeout, Acworth. What's going on today, Danny? They got homecoming?
Yeah, it is homecoming, and they've got all kinds of these booths, teams raising money. There's a dunk booth, and we had a lot of people dunking some coaches over there. But most of it's food.
And what all have you gotten into today? I saw our officials up here chowing down on some funnel cake.
Yeah, I haven't been eating a whole lot. I don't like to eat unhealthy food, and most of this is. But you know what? It's raising money for our association, so, you know.
Yeah. They got any fun games out here today?
Yeah. You're able to, if you next to the Duncan booth, there's a football throw. You can throw it over there. Unless you were talking about football games.
Either one sounds good to me.
And it looks like
All right.
Acworth might be punting.
And it will be a punt, and it's going to go about 2 yards. Took a Hiram Hornet roll. So now Hiram Hornet will take over on the 40. Unless it hit a man. So what do we have here, Dan? Oh, it's 1st and 10 now for the Hiram Hornets on the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Hiram.
And my brother actually plays, and I wasn't able to go to his game today. He plays in Beulah,
Yeah.
but I was looking to announce over here.
Yeah.
So just a big shout out to him. I'm hoping he plays real well, scores a few touchdowns.
So his game's at Beulah today. The Beulah Bulldogs over in Douglas County, Georgia, hosting the Acworth Warriors over there today. It's 1st and 10 for the Hiram Hornets.
And that's a handoff to the left halfback, number 62, and he's looking like he's finding some space to the outside. He'll be brought down by, it looks like, number 30. We don't know his name, and
Yeah, 30's not on our Acworth Warrior roster, and we don't have a roster for the Hiram Hornets. But I think number 62 is Howell,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken on that.
And right there, it's a real showing of how defensive this game has been. A minute and a half into the first quarter, and that 8-yard run is the longest play we've seen so far.
It is the longest single play from the line of scrimmage. We've only had 1 first down in this game that I can remember.
Yeah, it's
As
going to
the-
bring up 2nd down and 2.
As the Hiram Hornets break the huddle. Number 48, Cook, I believe, is your quarterback.
And it's a pass for Hiram.
And it's going to be almost intercepted.
And it looks like Connor Brassfield almost intercepts it, but he'll have to settle on the stat sheet for deflection.
Into the game for the Warriors will come number 20, Cole Jordan.
So that's really something you did not expect. Some of these teams not passing on long yardage situations, and then on a 2nd and 2 throwing the ball.
I think they thought they would catch Acworth off guard, but it didn't quite happen to their designed playbook, I believe.
Well, one thing that I see really well is these Acworth linebackers. They're doing a good job because the second they saw that pass, they dropped back and got into coverage.
Little mix up in the backfield. This time the handoff goes to number 62 again. It is Howell. where he is brought down by number 30 for the Warriors. Also number 1, Julius Strayhorn on the carry. But we have a penalty.
Yeah, it was number 10, Connor Brassfield on the tackle.
And it's going to be holding against the Hornets, and they're going to mark it off from right there, I believe. Back 10 yards. And it's going to be third down.
Remain third down.
So once again, the ball is going to be back at the original line of scrimmage today, about 3 yards short of the original line of scrimmage. We haven't gone past the 45 on this side of the field yet.
Like I was telling you about those drive-killing penalties, right there when they had that 8-yard run, they had a chance to do some stuff.
Fumble.
Looks like a fumble on the play.
Sorry, Danny, didn't mean to cut you on that. Number 55, the ball carrier for Hiram, and he dropped the football.
And no, it's okay. That's just announcer reflexes kicking in right there. But as I was saying, you know, those drive-killing penalties, those guys had a chance to really do something when they had that 2nd down and 2, and now it's back to 4th down and 10 again because of those penalties.
Yep, penalties will get you every time. You know, they say a football, like we saw in that measurement earlier, they say football is a game of inches, and it was an Acworth Warrior first down on literally less than an inch.
Yeah.
Where the officials marked the football.
Well, I mean, a distance like that is what I like to call when I'm doing public address announcing, first down by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. When it gets that close. And now we got the quarterback taking it around the side. Those Acworth defenders are going to bring him down, specifically number 4, Jakari Kilgore.
Number 48, Cook, the quarterback, and Cook is hurt right now. And I got to say, Danny, we don't have a roster, but that could be a female quarterback.
First down, Acworth Warriors.
Well, I know Hiram has had some female players Hiram has had some female players in the past. I've seen a few of them. In fact, once I played against one in my most recent season. I was 9, and she was one of their primary, targets, mostly as a receiver.
Now, I'm not saying this quarterback is a female, but they do have a long ponytail, and we don't have a roster. So I'm not real sure, but we'll just call him 48. I'd hate to refer to him as him if it's not a him, because most time you would assume that a football player is a male every so often, but we'll just play this out how we can. All right, 1st and 10, Acworth Warriors. The ball's on the 42-yard line, under center.
And
3-man backfield.
Acworth got a new quarterback in. They were using number 1, Julius Strayhorn, in the beginning of the game. Now they got number 18, Kelsey Graham.
Handoff went to number 10, and it's going to be penalty against Acworth again. Illegal man in motion, I believe. Illegal shift.
Yeah.
We got 2 flags.
But number 10, Connor Brassfield, he's one that we've seen not only getting some handoffs on the offense, but also on defense. He's been in on a number of tackles already.
Yes, he's played pretty good so far in the first half of this ball game. It is 6 minutes and 39 seconds left in the first half. First down now for Acworth and 15. The fans are relatively quiet on both sides of the field right now. Every now and then you'll get that one fan screaming and hollering, but not too much. Acworth breaks the huddle. We still have 18, the quarterback, Kelsey Graham. Handoff comes out the near side to number 30, and we don't know who that is.
And he'll pick up about, looked like 3 yards right there. It's going to make it 2nd down and 7.
Second down.
And it's been sort of hard to look at this Hiram defense because, usually when you are looking for corners, you look for the linemen that are standing up. But, they got a bunch of them standing up. So, but what I've seen so far, they're running sort of a 5-2. They've got, out of their blitzers, they've got 3 guys in the 3-point stance, 2 standing up. So sort of a 5-2, then the 2 linebackers, and then they've got 3 defensive backs, a safety, and 2 corners.
Well, it looks like right now they have 8 on the line, counting your defensive ends. Their handoff again to number 3.
Oh, well, I don't count the cornerbacks as, like, the guys on the far out. I don't count them on the line. I count them as backs, the corners.
All righty. That was Priester on the carry, and he lost a few more yardage. It's going to be third down now, I believe, for the Acworth Warriors. Third down and 12. So it hasn't been a very exciting game yet for this NWGYFL D2 game of the week. The Acworth Warriors and the Hiram Hornets. You have a big game coming up tonight at 7 o'clock, 2 undefeated teams. We won't be able to bring that game to you, but it is a good game if you want to make it out to the ballpark today. Come on and check them out. Handoff this time goes to 30 around the far side. He's got a little bit of room, Danny.
And there's a flag on the field.
Again?
Yep, but number 30 does take it down to the 50, which I believe is the closest to Hiram territory Acworth has gotten all day.
Well, it may be coming back. Let's see what the call is from Milo.
And that's a holding on the offense.
Holding on the offense.
So that's going to bring him back 10 yards. Another one of those drive killers. Third down, 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, can't keep going that way if you want to get some points on the board.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that I noticed, these penalties may cause the defense to be as much of an offense for these teams because what you've got is these penalties take them downfield, so when they turn over the ball, the offense is just that closer to the end zone.
That's correct, because right now we're going all the way back to the 25, 24-yard line. Just on a one penalty, we went all the way back.
Mm-hmm. And even looking at the statistics right now, Hiram's defense has merited them more yards off of those holding penalties than their offense has.
That's correct. It's a good observation for you, man. So we got third down and about 24.
Yeah, it's easy for those pro guys who do this to make those observations because they got big screens that show them stats on each player right in front of them.
And they got 20 people helping them.
Yeah.
Plus, there's another flag. Look at there, Danny.
Yeah, if this one's on the offense again. And it is. That's another 5-yard penalty. So if they turned over the ball right here, that's already 15 yards that they have given Hiram off of nothing but penalties.
Quarterback keeper on the near side, and he's wrapped up by a couple of Hornets.
Yeah, that's number 2, Lucas Wynn.
Looks like number 8 and number 55 in on the stop to make it fourth down for the Acworth Warriors, and they got a long way to go.
Yeah, 55 you've seen a lot because he's the guy inside of the cornerback, the defensive end for them on the left side of their defense, and they're usually blitzing him every play.
Well, he did his job on that play. He went up the middle and got the ball carrier head on.
Certainly. So in all this, we're thinking about what it's going to be like for Hiram when they get the ball. Imagine Acworth in this situation. They are at, I think, the 24 or something right now. Their first down is at the 48 on the other side.
And last time Acworth punted, remember it was like a 5-yard punt.
Yeah, they probably could have gained more yardage in that situation by, I don't know, maybe throwing a screen, but nothing for them seems to be working, so punting may have been the best option there.
We're going to find out again here right now because there's another punt. It's going to get a roll, and it's going to get a Acworth Warrior roll, and it is recovered by number 5. Let's see.
And here's the thing: if the Hiram guy had stayed off it, it's Hiram's ball no matter what. But
right.
In this case, he looked like he tried to jump on it. That could have been Acworth's ball if they got it out of his hands.
Yeah, once he touches it, it's anybody's ball. It's number 45 Williams that fell on the ball for the Hiram Hornets.
Yeah, he got lucky there and recovered it. And now we only got 3 minutes left in the half. Still no score and about 10 net yards so far this game.
Yeah, it hadn't been a very exciting game. The parents are kind of quiet. Maybe they're all over here to these Acworth Warrior homecoming booths buying some dessert-type foods today. First and 10, Hiram. Quarterback's number 48, Cook. Hands off to 62, and he gets to about 2 more yards.
Yeah, he sheds a tackler there who just went running by like a freight train, but there were just too many Warriors there. And that's the problem with running against this Acworth defense because you run to the outside, you get their corners and outside linebackers who are going to swarm you. You run inside, you've got absolutely no chance. And the bottom line is, for these offenses to do well, just because of how good these defenses are doing, there needs to be, I think, better blocking, some more holes for these running backs to go through.
Absolutely right, especially if they're going to get some positive yardage out of today's game. Number 62 for the Hornets is Williams. He's a big workhorse for the ball club. Backfield, plays defensive end, and he is here to play a ball game today. And he's been all over the place. So we have Cook under center. We got the fullback and 2 halfbacks, and the handoff goes to 55, and he's going to cut out back in, little stutter step back in, and he's going to get a yard or two.
Yeah, he almost had something there, but he was dropped by, looked like Sean Murphy, number 99. He sort of anchors the Acworth line.
And he is a big anchor.
3rd down.
Exactly. I mean, he's right there playing nose tackle, defensive tackle most of the game. And that's why I like to say the word anchor when it comes to those guys, because the people give a lot of credit to the defensive ends, linebackers, oh, they make a lot of sacks, but the defensive tackles are really there anchoring the defensive line, because those are the guys who, stuff running back to try to come up the middle, and he's been doing a good job of that today.
Absolutely. We've got to end around
Another
number 15,
reverse.
Williams, going around the far side.
And he could have had something. It looked like he had something to the outside, but instead he cut in. But he'll still get a few good yards out of it.
Well, it's going to be 4th down now and about 6 for the Hiram Hornets. They have yet to get a first down in the ball game, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah. But Hiram, these last 2 drives, Acworth's and then Hiram's, have been fairly good for Hiram because they have moved the ball from around the 40 into the Acworth 30-yard line. Now they got Cook under center again. And he takes it himself, or she. 48 takes it. And
Can't tell from our angle if it's going to be.
Looks like a great stop by Acworth.
It will be stopped, and
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
don't
be
think so.
Acworth takes over on downs, Danny.
1st down.
yeah, and it looked like 48 had some room to the outside. I mean, that's 2 plays where I think Hiram, if they had gone outside, could have gotten some serious yardage, but instead cut in. But nonetheless, they were good runs.
Well, we may have a measurement here. They seem to keep easing the box closer to the stick, and they're going to go ahead and call it now. Acworth takes over on downs.
Yep, and they got 44 seconds to score. And right now, I mean, both teams have played good defense, and they're going to be trying to score here, but I find that really unlikely with the way their defense has been playing. Because now they don't have time for, long, drawn-out drives down the field. They have time for a couple plays, and that's about it. It just depends how they work their timeouts. I'm not sure they have any. Do they have any timeouts left?
I think they may have used them, but it's 1st and 10, like you said, 44 seconds left in the first half. Somebody needs to break one here if they want to have a little momentum going into the locker room.
Well, I mean, it doesn't need to be a touchdown. Even a long run can make you confident. And there, number 10, Connor Brassfield, takes the ball right up the middle, and he drags a few Hiram defenders. I mean, it's not a whole lot of yards, but that's a good showing of some real strength and power from him.
Well, Danny, I believe you got about 8 yards on that, so it's going to be 2nd down now and 2, or even 9, 2nd down and 1 for the Acworth Warriors. So that wasn't too bad. 35 seconds left now in the first half.
And the clock is running.
So they need to hurry.
Well, they obviously don't have any timeouts, or they would have used one by now.
It's the NWGYFL football game of the week. D2, Acworth Warriors and the Hiram Hornets, no score, with 16 seconds left in the first half.
And that's a handoff to number 3, Raymond Priester, but he's not going anywhere, and that is going to be the last play of the half. No, Acworth had a timeout.
I think I would have used it a minute ago, but they did call it.
Yep, and that gives them less than 9 seconds left to get, 67 yards.
So Acworth needs 67 yards within 8 seconds for it. Can they run that fast?
Well, no, but I mean, if he breaks one down the field, even if the clock expires, it's the end of the play. So.
But they get to keep running though until he's down.
Yeah, when I was 6, I did not know that, and so watched a couple football movies that really confused me because you know in football movies it's always down to the last second type thing.
Yep.
You know, I'm sitting there watching like, but the clock ran out. What the heck? But I caught on.
It only takes once.
Yeah.
Well, we got 8 seconds left in the first half. We got Acworth with the ball. They got 67 yards to go for the touchdown or a yard for the first down. So I think they'd rather have a touchdown at this time.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see whether they're going to pass here or just keep running and hope to either just let the clock expire at 0-0 or maybe break one.
They just called another timeout. So I guess they had some in the pocket.
Yeah, they must have had a couple timeouts, which means, and I'm not going to call out anyone here because I know from experience this is a good Acworth coach right here, but probably should have called a timeout when they had a half minute left.
Well, you know, Monday morning quarterback's not all that good.
Yeah.
You think he might have not been aware of the time?
It's possible. I mean, he wasn't facing the clock.
Yeah, he does have his back to the clock. And these fans have been kind of quiet today, so they weren't telling him run a play or run a play, run a play. So he might have just got lost track of time. We got no score. 8 seconds left, and still we have 67 yards to go for a touchdown if Acworth wants to go to the locker rooms ahead in the ball game. If they do score, they'll get a chance for the extra point.
And if you notice, Hiram has changed their defense up a little bit. They're now running what looks to be a 9-2.
Yep.
And Acworth has some receivers they're sending out. Oh, and they had one open, but their quarterback is going to be smothered in the backfield. He doesn't go down, but because of the forward progress thing, his forward progress was stopped. That's going to be the last play of the half. 0-0. The ball rarely strayed from the 40-yard line there.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first half, Danny, so we're going to take a break. And we'll be back to bring you the third quarter coming up shortly here on 278 The Mix for the NWGYFL D2 football game of the week.